Happy dance, happy dance. Yes, here we are. Hello, everybody. Hello. Let me make sure we are working. And yeah, looks like we are.
Oh,
good.
You are.
We're there.
I'll have to find you on
So
here.
here, you want me to share it with you?
Yes, share it with me.
And
then we can get started.
And we can get we can get started. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, select a page. I don't know how to do that.
Oh, send it. You can send it through Messenger. No,
send it to technical difficulties to begin with. No, share. Maybe if I do it this way.
Maybe I'll go find you, and then I'll put it up on mine.
Okay, yeah, do it that way.
So you start, and I'll look.
I'll
seek here.
We are sharing. Please share this with others. We appreciate that. Hello, everybody. Hello. We are talking today about the co-creation of the art of allowing cards and how this came about and the creative process behind it. I've got my dear friend, Elisa Lee.
Elisa Lee.
I know, I miss her name up all the time. I'm sorry.
She's called me Elisa for almost 4 years now, and I can't correct her because I've always been Elisa to her, and that's okay. Right. I don't want her to change that. So to her, I'm Elisa. To me, I'm Elisa. You can call me whatever you want. It's fine.
So thank you. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Oh, thank you for sharing, Christy. Thank you. Hey, Shadia. Oh my gosh. Thanks for being here. Hi, Doris and Carol. Welcome, everybody. Hi. Did you find it? Here?
I did not. I think there's so much going on here.
Okay, then scroll down.
Okay. Oh, is that it right there?
Yeah, there
okay,
it is.
So now I can, and I share it.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
And then just put start?
Yeah, start.
Okay.
Perfect. I guess that's it, right?
I guess.
There you go.
Okay,
I think
there we
good.
go. I think we're on now. Okay, perfect.
The technology challenges we always have and always face. So today we're going to talk about the cards, how they came about. I'm going to talk about briefly too, how to use them, and please give me your opinion on that too. And we are going to show you some cards and talk a little bit in depth about some of these. She has had an amazing experience with this whole creation process,
to say the least.
And both of us actually in different ways. And so we're going to share that with you today. So thank you for being here. All those of you who pre-ordered, they're on the way, that you paid. They're on the way. They're in the mail, so you should be getting them shortly. I can't wait for you to hold them in your hands, to see these beautiful things, and see for yourself. Oh my gosh, when you first get them, make sure you cleanse your deck, tap a couple times, 3 times.
I send a burst of just white light, just pure white light. Universal I surround light. It, and I have the beam of light literally spread all the way up, all the way down to past Earth, past galaxies, and surround it with pure white light.
I love that. You can sage. I love to sage, cleanse, and clear. And touch each card, connect with each card, because they're your cards. Connect with them, hold them to your heart and feel them, and just really connect. A couple ways to use them. I'll get into that, and then I'll start with how this came about. You can use these cards as daily guidance. Pull a card, what do I need to know today? Or ask a specific question, either way. And just fan them out and pull whatever comes out, or shuffle them, and whatever pops out is what you need to know today. And focus on that message for that day. You can use them with the book as it's intended for each week. You can pull the card that's aligned with the book. And so it's an outside reminder of this is what you need to focus on for the week. You can do both at the same time, a daily guidance plus the book work at the same time. I'm using one each day, plus I'm doing the book work too. You can use these as meditative tools if you really want to connect with the words and the image. Use it in your meditations and just hold it with you in meditation and really focus on it. Place a quartz. Amplify the energy of the image and the words.
You can put one under your pillow too.
Oh, wow.
When you sleep at night.
That would like
And
I
what
wouldn't
you
sleep
could,
with it.
what I recommend actually,
That'd be too much for me.
try this. Take a card, don't look at it, put it underneath your pillow. Then in the next morning, kind of review and jot down what you experienced. Even if you didn't actually dream per se, take the time to write it down, what you're actually feeling.
I love that idea.
Take the card from underneath the pillow, flip it over.
And see if it corresponds in some way.
Right.
Wow. That's an awesome, awesome, awesome idea.
Oh, I'm just going to put the whole deck under my pillow. Tonight I am for sure.
Oh my goodness.
This is my first day, first true moment holding on to these cards. And, you know, it's when you manifest something or you co-create and you get it in a material sense, it's just a true blessing. Anything's possible.
Anything is possible. When you follow your path and you follow that guidance that you're given, you never know what can happen. You never know what can happen. When we first met, we would have never, ever dreamed that this could have happened. We took a Hibiscus Moon course together. That's how we met in one of her groups, in the support group for the course. And it just, our relationship evolved from there. And we've both have had to experience things and do things along the way. But that was like, what, 3-4 years ago? 4 years ago.
I think it's more than 4 years ago.
Maybe 5 years. And we had to experience everything that we did to get to this point to do this. It really has been that long of a process.
She pushed me for years to create images. And I didn't have a handle of it. I was really kind of hesitant, like, why does this lady have so much faith in me? I'm like, no, okay, I'll try, but she kept pushing me. And this little silent Debbie voice, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. So it didn't happen per se overnight.
Right.
But she literally, it was baby steps.
Baby steps, yeah.
It's like a quote from Dolores Cannon: you don't feed baby a steak. You never feed a baby a steak. You start with pureed food and work your way up. And this whole time Debbie had this mastermind thing going on and started years ago to do these images.
Well, we had discussed like about 2 years ago, or maybe 3 now. We actually even started some other cards, and we kind of started a deck of cards together, and it just wasn't right for either one of us. Mm-hmm. It just wasn't flowing. It just was. And then things kind of got in the way. Our, life got in the way. And it just wasn't meant to be at that time. And that's okay. I was a little, down about it because I wanted to create cards, but we both had to put in the time for other things to happen, to occur. And now look at this. It's crazy. It's like a dream. I wasn't actually even thinking about creating cards for this book when I was doing this book. And these cards are inspired from this book. I was given the inspiration for this book through meditation from my spirit guides. And they said, you need to do these affirmations of allowing. And I thought, wow, okay. So I jotted down all of these affirmations afterwards. And shortly after that, I started writing the book. And then shortly after that, then it came to me, what cards need to go with it. So I was quickly like, Elisa, what do you think? Can you do some images for me for this?
Yes.
And I don't think you even thought about it for like a minute, and you responded, yes. I'm like,
let's do it. And what's funny is typically, Debbie, we do business with crystals. I say, oh, just send me a crystal. I'll send you an image. You send me a crystal. And, you were so kind, and you're like, no, Elisa, this is legit. Like, you have to have value in the work and the creating that you're doing. And, this is a service that you're providing and putting your soul into. So,
I wouldn't let you do it for free. It's I need a price before this is agreed upon. You got to give me a price.
I know. I was just so thrilled that she had so much faith in me. I mean, she had more faith in me than I had in me. But I had to push that out of the way and get out of my own way. You hear that all the time. This is the first time I really did that. I had to. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. about it. And this creation process couldn't have happened at a better time in my life. So I don't know, should I mention kind of how that started for me?
Yes, please. And we'll take some of your questions along the way as we can. And we're going to show some of the images too. So, but please, yes, go ahead.
So, you know, this past summer was a whirlwind for me. You know, my father had passed away on August 30th, and it was kind of an experience where a lot of emotions were put in the forefront. I had to do things. I had to grow up really fast, really quick. I had to get it together. And right after this happened, this is when Debbie gave me the opportunity to start kind of creating these cards, which were absolutely healing for me. It allowed me to hone in on the affirmations that she was providing. I had to feel, I had to be present in the moment. I had to tune in. I had to let go of any outside disturbances, interference. I had to literally dig into my soul to start creating these cards. And every time she sent me an image, I was like, an affirmation. Every time I worked on one, I would leave my body. Nothing else existed. And I felt it, and everything flowed out of me. It's the most euphoric, creative, pure light from source information. You're just in tune and you're in line, you know. I had children running around me at certain points. I couldn't hear anything. It's like being in a perfect tunnel of light, and I just got beamed, shot out into space, and I had to face some real emotions. And after I was done creating these cards, Debbie over here switched the deadline on me real quick. I had a 2-month deadline, and then suddenly I had a 1-month deadline, which really turned out to be, I had to do 32 images in 10 days. That's a lot of serious meditation and channeling.
Yeah. And
I did it. And it was such a beautiful, graceful, immaculate experience that I had. That forever changed my life. I went from my life changing during the summer to big movements happening extremely after that. After I was done creating these, I had withdrawals. She had withdrawals.
I did too. Yeah, I felt it too. I was every single day, I was like, oh my gosh, I was waiting for her to send me an image. And when that stopped, I mean, I celebrated every image that she sent. I was just so thrilled. It was like, oh my God, it's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. And then when it stopped, I was like, oh, now what?
Yeah. Cause it was boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
It was so consistent every day, every day, every day. And then when it stopped, we both had that void of
like, what's my purpose today?
Yeah. And that whole waiting period for them to be printed and sent was part of that whole process of that, you know, of that after effect of it being done. I enjoyed the whole process with you so much.
It was playful.
Yeah. When it was done, it was like,
yeah. I started watching Netflix a lot more after that to fill my time.
Yeah. So yes, it was a very emotional roller coaster ride for me the whole way through too. Very uplifting seeing the images come to life, and very frustrating dealing with technology because I had to learn so much that I never dealt with before. And I had to engage with a lot of different contracts and things that I don't normally do. So there was a lot of research with that kind of stuff, and that's not really my thing. But there was a lot of stress in that too, but we wanted it right. We wanted it to be solid. We wanted it to be pure. We wanted it to be meaningful.
Quality
all
over
of
quantity.
It. And we didn't want just something thrown together and just not, you know, take the time to do it right. So yeah, there was so many emotions. And then I had to go back and forth with the printer many times about changes and things and tweaking and fine tuning, and then when it stopped, it was just like, whoa. And then the waiting, trying to be patient for these things to arrive, allowing them to arrive when they needed to, allowing myself to be patient. And that was how one of these came about, because I knew there was going to be something about patience. So there's one in here about patience. So yeah, it's a crazy ride. Really a crazy ride.
After I did these, the art of allowing literally started to happen for me. Synchrony started to speed up very quickly. The right people started crossing my path instantaneously, almost a little scary at times. The synchrony started happening so fast that I truly can't keep up with it. When that happens and you're just in the flow of universal life energy, I just recommend don't question it too long. Just flow with it, enjoy it. It's like being a really good surfer. Get on that surfboard and ride that wave.
Take it.
Hang 10.
Take it.
That's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
And also after I did these cards, my dad passing, the grief body slammed me. My grief body slammed me to the ground. And I was 3 days in bed in tears. It was the best, most necessary release in my life. And being able to cry and truly let it out, I know came directly from working with this. I think I would have spent maybe 6 months longer trying to deal with the grieving process. And don't get me wrong, I'm still grieving. I'm not trying to glamorize it at all. But this tool itself gave me an opportunity to kind of turn the mirror directly at me. And I couldn't walk away from that. And instead of judging myself, I embraced myself and I said, hey, I'm going to take you for all that you are, good, bad, ugly, everything. And I'm going to allow myself to rise with it and do what I got to do. And that's okay. It's not, everything's not perfect all the time.
Right.
But what changes is how you react to things that happen. So now when I have challenges in my life or things aren't going the way I necessarily foresee it happening, I could take a step back, take a moment, and really just tune in.
Yeah.
Tune in.
You know what I found since this whole process, since the beginning of this whole allowing concept came, I am constantly telling myself, I allow myself this, I allow myself that. I have totally embraced the allowing concept with this, and it's changed my life already. Just allowing myself to do whatever it is I need to do. And I think that's so important because allowing is, you're telling yourself, this is okay. I agree with it. You're giving yourself permission to do whatever it is you're allowing. And that's how this kind of evolved. So I'm continually allowing. Now I am allowing. I'm not forcing, I'm allowing. Does it make sense?
Yeah, it does.
I have a question here, Angel Marie, and we'll kind of take some of the questions as we go. Angel Marie, how do you use the book with the cards? The book is intended, I mean, you can use it any way you want. It's your book, you know. The book is intended for 52 weeks. You start with the first affirmation and you say it for the week, every day, a lot of times during that day. The very first one is, I allow myself to release fear. So you say it every day for a week, and you can pull the card that says the exact same thing and hold the card, connect with the card, read the card, and connect with the image that corresponds with that affirmation in that alignment of the 52-week period. That's how I would suggest to use that. When you have that card out, it's a good reminder to say that affirmation. When you see that image, it's a good reminder that it pulls you in. And you know what? You have really created a harmony with your artwork and the words.
Yes, let's show some.
Let's show some. Okay, so I was thinking too, I wanted to do something too really fun, is we both pull a card and talk about it. And we can do a couple of these. So let's just, see what comes up. Nothing specific, but just see what comes up and we'll talk about it. And then
Okay, I'm going to pull yours first.
Okay.
I'm getting the number 3. All right, Debbie.
Oh, it's one of my favorites.
I'm a sucker for succulents. So you'll see a couple of cactuses in a lot of these images. This is for Debbie. I allow myself to be in the moment. You notice that this cactus is currently blooming, and it's on a stage, and that light is pinpointed down at it. Nothing else exists. It's focused. It is meant for you to truly be in the moment, not worried about the past, not thinking about the future, just honing in that very moment.
Isn't that an amazing image? What do you guys think?
Yes.
Oh my God, I love that image.
I know it's a little melodramatic. I know,
I love it.
It's got this kind of twilight feel for it, and it's got a little the Victorian drapes coming down. So yes, it's a little dramatic. And the reason why I was inspired by this is because I did theater for over 10 years. And I remember my theater teacher always telling me, you have to be in the moment. Elisa, be in the moment. Don't think about anything else. That emotion, if it's anger, it's anger. If it's happiness, bliss, whatever it may be, just get right into it. And again, if this is something you're working on, carry it with you all day. For myself, I actually pull cards from 3 different decks a day. So 2 at home, I pull from a single deck a day. And then when I get to work, I pull a few there too, just to kind of remind me what I'm working on. You can set this in an altar. You can do it in your readings. And integrate them with other cards as a focus. Mm-hmm. But for me, I mean, right now, we were just discussing this before we started this video. I was like, we got to be in the moment.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And actually that was one that just kind of popped out too.
Yeah. And I'm in, I've been sweating since I got here, and my whole drive here, I'm just so excited. And that's how I know when my adrenaline kicks in like that, I truly know I'm being in the moment, because I can feel it in my whole body. I don't just feel it up here. I feel it in my chest, feel the warmth around me. Even though this is for you, Debbie, but it's kind of for me too. It's for all of us.
It's for all of us. It's for all of us. I think any card that's pulled for on the shows are meant for everybody, quite honestly. So yeah. That's beautiful.
Yes,
beautiful. I love that, Sharon, that you say allowing is the new word for 2020. Thank you. I love that.
Yeah, it's the year of the yes. My dear friend had told me that. She said, I'm saying yes to everything this year. Yes, 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 yes.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Please share this with others. I do appreciate. So let's see what this other image that comes out for. I like to just kind of just do a choppy shuffle on mine and just kind of whatever pops out, you know.
I get numbers in my head a lot of the times. Sometimes I don't.
And you know, when you do your daily pick, if you choose to do it that way, shuffle and choose the way that you're guided to. There's no specific,
no right or wrong way.
Right or wrong. Yeah, there's just no, I don't know. Wouldn't it be interesting if this one kind of speaking to me? Oh, you know, this is one that I'm on this week. I'm doing the book myself. This is one that I am on this week. Let me see if I can get it in the right spot here.
Yep.
I allow myself to let go of what needs to be let go. What do you think of these images? Oh my gosh. It's just true. When you see this balloon image, it's like, it's this heavy lifting off of whatever it is you're holding on to. And as soon as you let that go, you're going to feel as light as air, and just, it makes such a huge difference.
Yeah.
Isn't that gorgeous?
And the momentum, there's music notes in there and musical keys, you know, the idea of flow, mm-hmm. and letting the composition of moving up and circulating out. You know, I wanted that sense of lift there, and letting go what does not serve you.
Absolutely.
You know,
we hold on so tightly to things, and sometimes we want to control the outcome, and sometimes it's not for our best interest. Mm-mm. You know, if you're holding on too tight, maybe you need to rethink things, you know, and think, all right, I got to let go of the control of that. And when you let go of control, some things can really happen magically. You can just, when you allow the flow to happen, the energy flow to happen, I just got chills with that. It can open doors that you had so tight shut because of your control. If you're trying to force something, it's not where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
You've got to allow things to happen. So let go of what's holding you down. Let go of what's holding you down, restricting you. Oh my gosh.
I've always wanted to go on a hot air balloon, so that's kind of something that I'm the year of the yeses. I thought about skydiving this year.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
I really want to do it.
Don't ask me to go with you, because I don't think I
You
could
wouldn't
do it.
do it?
I don't think so.
Oh, I'm ready.
And there's one in here, allow yourself to try new things. I don't know if I could try that.
No, I think I'm ready. Okay,
Oh,
I'm gonna
collective energies, Demetrius. Yes, the collective energies. Oh my goodness. Oh, you guys are so wonderful. Thank you so much for being here and part of this. Gosh, yes. What do you think of all these beautiful images? Oh my goodness.
Ooh, I love this one too.
Okay, what did you get?
Okay, so we're always so, I think my biggest critic is myself. We're all our own biggest critic constantly. That chit chat in your mind, that ego driven momentum in your mind. This one is, I allow myself to walk my path in non-judgment.
Yeah.
Okay. And really, if you look at the imagery, you know, there's this cloaked person that you've got to not judge with your eyes. You have to not judge at all. But what I'm saying is you have to feel and tune in internally, you know, and let go of any preconceived notions of everything. And that is so not easy.
All right.
It's about loving yourself, which is so not easy. So I understand. I'm, you know, almost pushing 40 here, and I've just started to figure this out. And I spent decades judging myself to the core, and I'd be lying if I said I still don't do it to this day. But I think I've gotten better at just a little bit less. Less each time, and changing my thought process. If I start to hear that little critique in my head, I change it. Sometimes I use imagery, sometimes I use a song to just shift it, change it in a different direction. Sometimes I sit there and repeat the word over and over again. Love, 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 love. Sometimes up to 30 minutes in my head, just so I can veer it off another way and get at a better and higher frequency.
Yes, it's so important. Actually, that is something I was saying ever since I wrote the book Spirit of the Crystal Ray, because there's a chapter in there, there's mention in there somewhere of to walk your path in non-judgment. And I have been saying that in my daily morning rituals ever since then. And when this card came up too, or this part of these all of the allowings that was in that. And it's so important because actually for me saying it every day, I say that every single day. I feel like I'm seeing others more in a loving manner, because, you know, there are people out there, once in a while you come upon, you know, you're at a stop sign or something, somebody angers you, or somebody does something that doesn't, you know, that makes you mad, that throws you off your game, that just causes your day to go off kilter, and you start thinking, well,
nothing is worse than someone throwing off your game.
Yeah. And so I feel like it stops me in my tracks now. I'm thinking, okay, don't judge what they did. It's not me. They have a reason for whatever it is that they did. I'm not part of that. So I'm separate from the occurrence. It separates it from that.
Yeah.
And it's true for yourself too, because I used to be very judgmental of myself. I used to see all the lines. I used to see all the excess, you know, little pockets of things, don't resonate with you.
Oh yes, we can go in there.
I feel like, you know, when you just release the judgment, you release so much heaviness. when you release the judgment for yourself and for others, because we're all in this together, and we should respect each other, and we should have understanding and compassion for situations that happen.
Yeah. Compassion.
Yeah.
I think that's the key word.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's a very powerful one. Very powerful one. I use that every single day. So some of these you can use every single day. Ones that really resonate. And you know, something that when I was writing this too, that I mentioned in this book, is there might be some cards or some messages in here that really strike a chord with you that might be very difficult for you to say to yourself, might be hard for you to allow for yourself. And if that's the case, you really need to work on it. You know, see it through, take your time with it, and really put the effort into it so you can move forward and not have issues with that statement anymore. So
this, you know, I feel like this deck is so required right now. Everything I am coming across, everyone's working on that healing and stitching up their hearts and their scars. That's what we have to do, that to move forward.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We've got this opportunity. Yeah. We're all here on this planet at this time precisely. It's a monumental time to be here at this point in time, because there's this huge shift that's happening, and in order to kind of arise and have this ascension, is you've got to become lighter. I mean, ascension truly just means rising, and everything from our childhood just has to come, you know, out. Got to remember too, there were wonderful things that happened in our childhood too. So we have to kind of harbor and cradle those good moments as well, but let go and shed and right. Then just release and let it go. And I remember someone telling me one time, what would your little girl self say to you today? And I'm like, oh man, she would say a lot. And I had to write that. Yeah.
That's a good writing prompt.
It's really good. And I wrote and wrote and wrote. And I was amazed. My 7-year-old self, man, she was awesome. Yeah. She really was. And I just thought, wow, you know, she was in tune with nature and with animals, and she was a free spirit, very observant. She was very keen on operating on a daily basis by staying silent and watching what was going on around her. And I thought, oh, wow, if I could just go back to that. And I tried to. So embrace that healing. Mm-hmm. It's so powerful, and you can share it with others, and everything's going to be okay. There's so much to look forward to.
Oh, there is. You know what? This is, you know, synchronicity. There's no accidents. This is the card that popped up as you were speaking, what you said.
I love that one.
I allow myself to accept my past. That is no joke. That just popped out while she was talking about this, and it's just like, I can't believe it.
This imagery, you know, what it is it's memories locked in these beautiful little encapsulated bubbles that are floating away. And you'll see time and childhood and suffering in there, a marriage that might not have worked out, but you learned from that marriage. See, these situations don't happen for no reason. You're going to learn from every situation.
Right.
You know,
everything that you experienced in your past has made you who you are now. It has molded you to who you are now. It has brought you to this very moment in time where we're here together and you're here with us. Everything in your past has contributed to that.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's allow myself to accept my past.
Yeah.
And love it. I get so many different, when I tune in, I get so many different images, but give yourself a chance. You know, that's what these cards are about. Give yourself a chance and let go of the guilt. I felt guilt for so long for doing things for myself.
Yeah.
And that's what it takes. And consistency and commitment and passion. I mean, it has to come from your heart. If it doesn't excite you, don't do it.
Right.
Don't do it. Get excited. Driving here today, I was so excited. I was just beaming. I really was. And that's how I know it's right. every time I go, I'm on the right path. This feels good. And you want to feel like you know what you're doing, you know, and just have confidence that you may not know everything, but
trust the guidance you're given, you know, trust the path. If you see this, you know, this flashing red light, don't go that way. If you see something that's like, oh, leading you this way, you don't know why. Okay, take that step. Go for it.
Your gut instinct.
Go for it.
Your gut instinct. We all have it. We all have it built into us completely.
Yes, we do.
You know, laugh. I've laughed so much lately.
That's good. It's so healing, isn't it?
It's very healing. Very, very healing. And having fun, even at work. You know, I work can be a little bit stressful, but I try to be playful with all the people around me, and it's kind of contagious. Just remember that. Just being a light itself is very, very, very contagious. And somebody who's not vibing into it, they'll just walk away.
Yeah. That's true. Thank you, Carol. She says, I think you both have come a long way. I appreciate that. Oh my goodness. Let's see what else, if we have any comments or questions here. Demetrius, change your mindset, shift your energies, frequencies, vibrations, higher, lighter, expansion, growth, enhancement, growth. Yes. Love it. We're here together. We're doing it together. Yeah. Absolutely.
You know what I feel like doing? I've been dying to go do.
What's that?
Go dancing.
Oh, well, don't do that while you're skydiving.
No, I don't think I could do that at the same. I could try, but that's when you're in the flow of things. You want to go and express yourself, and
absolutely express yourself. Be who you are. Stop hiding behind that mask. You know what? It's time. This is the moment. We are at the point in our spiritual evolution where we need to truly be who we are, and let the world see what we have to offer. You all have something to offer, everybody. And it's just, Michelle, you just jumped in. That's all right. Catch the replay too. And please share this with others. We do appreciate that. We appreciate your support.
Please do.
All right. So
I got another one. Do we have time for another one?
Oh, yes. And if anybody has any questions too, please post a question. We'll see if we, I might have missed a question. Sorry, trying to catch up here. So repost a question, and if you have a question, we'll try and address it. So yes, what do you got there?
I allow myself to respect myself. This is a good one.
I feel that each allowing affirmation is so very powerful, and you brought the harmony with it, with your image. It's just a melding of energy that just makes it so much more powerful than it was on its own.
Yeah, I mean, I thought of a pearl right away, and how a pearl is created, and how it's kind of closed in a shell, and it's you know, grains of sand going in and moving into itself, having the faith, having enough integrity and respect to form into something so beautiful. And then in this moment, you know, being able to be open and just be this pearlescence of light, standing independently, centered, you know, in a shell. I think it speaks for itself. And it comes along with loving yourself, but making better decisions for yourself based on the respect that you have. I've always said, you know, what is right is not always popular, and what is popular is not always right. You know, what you have to do for yourself sometimes somebody else may not like it, but you have to, you know, do it for you, you know, and you can't worry about what anybody else thinks, but treasure yourself. We're sacred beings, spirits, souls, and we deserve that. We deserve to be loved. We deserve that respect. And I think once you start respecting yourself more, the people around you lead by example.
It's true.
It'll exemplify.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's true. What you emit out, others will, you know, it's like this, gosh, whatever you're feeling, others are going to feel it too.
Yeah.
Whatever you're experiencing. That's beautiful. Oh my gosh. I love that. I love every single one of these.
I know.
Demetrius, reprogram the editor in the brain. Absolutely. And that's what affirmations, positive affirmations does. It restructures your thinking process because we have been so influenced with the negative for so many years in our culture, in our society. That's just how it's, growing up. And it's just no fault of anybody. It's just how it is.
There's so much going on now.
And yes,
speed, information, how rapid we get information now affects us.
It does. And all of the unseen airwaves that are happening, with technology just going through. I mean, you pick up on all this stuff, even if you're not involved with it. And there's so much out there.
A lot of static.
So you do have to restructure your thinking. Think positive about everything. Think positive about everything. It doesn't have to be, it takes some effort. It takes some time. It takes some consistency. But the more you are positive and restructure your thinking process, the more you're going to see the beauty in the world. And there's so much beauty and beautiful things that can happen each day. I used to be in a very, very negative mindset, very negative. And I was at the bottom of the barrel at one point in my life. And I pulled myself out by positive thinking. That was one of many things.
You have to pull yourself out.
Yes, you have to pull yourself out. Otherwise,
that rope comes down in that hole, and you just look up, and it's dreadful. But you got to pull yourself out of it.
But it's a daily thing. It's a daily practice. It's not something that's an easy, quick fix. You have to put in the time and the effort to do it. You've really got to put in the energy to restructure your thought process.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's the same way you kind of spiraled in is pretty much the same way you got to spiral back up. It's bit by bit, day by day, moment by moment.
Yes.
I do a lot of my affirmations in my shower, believe it or not. I think it helps because the water's running down.
It's kind of a cleansing
cleansed
process
for the day.
Yeah.
And I just repeat the affirmation.
That's beautiful.
Over and over and over.
I love that.
Again.
I do mine first thing upon waking up. I have my morning prayer ritual. I do my affirmations. I do my positive statements. I connect to my source energy, God, my creator. And I do all this in the morning, very first thing in the morning. And then I do it again at night. But I do say my affirmations throughout the day when I think about them. I have it written on my computer, the weekly one. And share how you do yours too. We'd love to, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Anybody else who wants to share how they do their process of that. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining. Oh, my goodness.
I feel loved.
I know. This is so wonderful. Thank you for being here.
Yeah,
oh, my gosh.
Truly grateful. Very, very grateful.
Oh, my gosh. Michelle, that was me staying silent, observing when I was young.
Oh, yes. Man, I used to have, like that. You know what I used to do? No joke. My cat and I used to sit under a tree together. I used to have this little table, and I used to have a book sale, and I would write, 2 cents, 5 cents, and I put the books out. There was nobody, not a single person walking by, but I felt like I had a whole world in front of me. I never felt truly alone.
Yeah.
Everything existed.
Yeah.
Beautifully.
Yeah.
And had its sense of wonder all around me. And driving here today, I had that same feeling, just seeing the green and the hills and the fog and the light. And it's just enchanting. It's a good natural high. It's a free high, and it's free, it's a free, great mindset.
Yeah. Yeah. We're not really doing individual card readings, Colleen. We're just kind of pulling them as a group discussion. So this was the next one that I got. I allow myself to be motivated. There are times when I do need this too. It's like, oh, get your butt into gear, girl, and get moving. And I love this because it's like you have those deep roots planted, but you got to start shining your light too.
Yeah, it's about planting those seeds and understanding there's some duality, things that are happening at the same time. I did a desert cactus because obviously on the top, on the surface, there's not a lot going on. It's just, there's no rain or anything coming down, but what this cactus has been doing is expanding and rooting and getting grounded this whole time. And then when rain does fall, it's been harnessing that rain, that nourishment, and holding on to it for the right moment and utilizing its resources, which is the sun, pure light, pure source, faith. This cactus has faith that it's going to go on another season because it's motivated.
Yeah, it is.
You know, and things don't happen necessarily overnight. Sometimes they do, but overall, you have to plant that seed and give it some time, you know, and focus in on it. Use visualization, you know, when you see that image or create your own image in your mind to support what you're working on. And I use that as a representation because of its power, the impact of the imagery. You know, because I do a lot of dream work. That's why images are so vital for me, because the symbolism in them promotes that in you. And I just want to be that cactus, you know, in the desert and totally motivated to thrive. Get excited for looking forward to the future.
Yes. And you can use this too, just as whatever symbolic messages that you come, you know, when you see these cards and use them, what does this image mean to you? And really just look at it, connect with it, and then read the words and really feel like, you know, what does this mean to you? They're so very deep that, I mean,
I'm still getting used to these. I just got these today for the first time when I rolled up today. So every time I come to Debbie's house, it's just bam, I get hit with
something
with something powerful, and
gosh.
So I'm truly enjoying these. I think they're going to benefit you in so many different ways. I don't think there's a right or wrong way to do it. It's going to make ultimate sense to you. Share it with others as well.
It just I'm still like, is this really happening? You know,
it's happening. You did it.
We did it. Thank you, Christy. I've come a long way knowing me, and I love Elisa. Yes, and her artwork vibe. Yes, she's got amazing artwork. It's just that's why she's my artist, my go-to artist for anything I do. I just love your energy, and your what you come up with is just more than I could ever imagine. I mean, you really should have seen my face every time that you had an image sent over to me after you finished one. I was doing a celebration, just like, look at that. Wow. I mean, it's just, wow, that's perfect. And I love it. And it's just, I was every single time, 52 times I did that.
I would know instinctively when to stop too, because it was easy to keep going and keep layering and keep creating. But, you know, there was literally a stop. Okay, stop. This is it. Done. You know, let it go. Put it out into the universe.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Thank you also so much for your support and your comments.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. If you would like to purchase, you can visit my website, www.hardycrystalblessing.com, or you could just message me directly. Either way. They'll eventually be on Amazon and eventually be on Etsy. That's in the works. More stuff in the background that's coming along. And you have something coming up tonight. Please talk about that.
Yeah, I'm actually being interviewed by Dave Berra on Beacon of Light Radio. I'm truly excited about it. I think his shows open the mind and has this great forum of discussion on many, many topics. I'm a little nervous, I must say, but I'm truly excited, and I've learned a lot more about this individual, and his intentions of expanding and sharing information is very authentic. So
and that's tonight at 6.
It's at 6 tonight, but I will repost the link as soon as I figure that out.
Share the link, and then we'll get it out there.
And the topic is dreams. So I primarily do the dream work. And
she's an expert at dream interpretation.
Yeah.
And intuitive art.
Yes.
And she's also a crystal healer and a card reader. You've got a whole
you just keep wrapping them up under my belt. As I get older, you just start, adding it up too. So, but just adds to the quality and the experience of everything. But I'm looking forward to it.
So if you want to see that interview, I'm gonna tune in for it. So if you want to see that, check it. It'll be on her page or on her personal profile, right?
Yeah, I'll post it.
So yeah, so it'll be there, and I will put it on mine too. So we'll take a look and see what you have to say tonight. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh,
it'll be great.
Too.
It'll be great.
Me too. Thank you.
Yeah. Alexandra, beautiful. Thank you so much for your beautiful thank you note from the bottom of your soul. She sends thank you, and I appreciate. Thank you. Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, and remember the message I keep getting in my head. It's about being vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
Even though being vulnerable doesn't always feel good, it can get extremely scary and lonely, and really have to step out of your comfort zone. I mean, so out of your comfort zone. When you start to knock down those walls, there's this spiritual freedom that is allocated for you, and it's such a gift. It doesn't matter what your spirituality is, whether you're Buddhist or Christian or Catholic, whatever leads you through this walk of life that we're exploring here in these vessels that we have. If you put in the work and commit and set those intentions, you will just be gifted back in the same way. Mm-hmm. And I really recommend doing that shadow work, and some of it has to be a little bit ugly. Those, I've done that ugly cry, and it's been such a gift, and I love the tenacious side of me that's coming out. I really am. I'm excited.
There's a lot of wonderful things in the future. I have no doubt, and I'm sure we're going to be working very closely together on more projects in the future. Colleen said that cactus is really speaking to her. I'm really glad that you were able to connect to that.
Cactus is the only plant I cannot kill. That's why I love them so much. I love gardens. I love plants. I love nature, but please do not ask me to babysit your plant unless it's a cactus. Those are the only things I can take care of.
Very limited with my indoor plants too, unfortunately.
I don't have a green thumb gift whatsoever, but I can certainly appreciate nature for what it is.
Absolutely. Christy, thank you for your appreciation. I do appreciate you too. Oh my gosh. You all are so wonderful.
Yes, thank you.
Oh my goodness. Can't wait to get them. Yes. What is your understanding of voluntary vulnerability? Wow, that's a sentence.
Yes, it is. It's a tongue twister.
That's a tongue twister. What is your understanding of voluntary vulnerability there?
Well, I think being vulnerable is not being worried about getting judged about it. Mm-hmm. I could tell you, I can easily say now that for a long time I was really insecure.
Yeah, me too.
I had low self-esteem.
Me too.
I didn't feel like I was good enough.
Yeah.
I get frustrated as a mother. I love my children, but a mom is the hardest job ever and can make you go crazy sometimes because I'm trying to manage many people and trying to uplift many different little spirits and vortexes. I feel that pressure as a mom, and it's not all pretty. It's not all roses. Right. And I'm okay with that. If I tell my children, look, I'm not feeling good today.
Yeah.
Watch out.
Yeah.
And I let them know, and it's okay.
It is.
It's okay as long as I express it to them. Like, hey, I'm on edge right now. I feel a lot of pressure. And move with it. Dance with your vulnerability. I think I think it's, I cry a lot. I do cry a lot, but when I do, I don't see it as a bad thing whatsoever. And it actually, every time I do it, it ignites me.
You know what I've recently come to discover within myself, recently, I mean in this past month, is when I do things that might not be acceptable or the norm or whatever, the typical. I used to kind of like hide in the shadows, and now I'm like, you know what? I don't care. This is who I am. If you don't like it, it's all right.
Yeah. Just so you know, Debbie listens to Pink Floyd. I don't know if anybody knows that about her.
I'm a classic rocker.
She loves classic rock, and it always blows my mind when she's playing Pink Floyd in the background, and I'm like, who are you?
Yep.
So I think she has a little wild side to her.
Yeah. I've been to Motley Crue concerts. Roger Waters, Pink Floyd concert. Yeah. I don't go to concerts a lot, but I do like the classic rock.
Yeah.
I'm a classic rocker.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that I'm a country music girl.
No,
I couldn't be farther from country.
No, I don't see country either.
I'm not country at all, but yeah.
Country's the one thing I don't listen to. Sorry to anybody who listens to country, but it's I love all music, but that's the one thing I don't listen to.
Yeah, me too. How funny, huh?
And that's okay.
It's okay. That's who I am. Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, great question. Oh my goodness. Let's see if there's anything else here. We've got to wrap it up here in just a minute. Would that be on her page? Yes. The interview tonight, 6:00 Pacific time, will be on Elisa's page.
Yes. Right now, my Facebook is honestly, it's just my personal page. I know I have to work on something to expand that, but at the moment, that's where all my information will be coming from.
Yeah. It's going to be a great interview. I have no doubt, because we have discussed dream work here before, and she'll be back again to talk about other things in the future, but we wanted to really kind of dive deep into the cards and just give you a sense of where it came from, how it evolved, how it grew, how it created itself, and now it's here and it's real, and
it's real. Like,
I was questioning it the last couple of weeks when I was waiting for the delivery. I was like, is this even real? Are they even going to show up? Is this reality, or are we in a dream? Was this whole thing just a dream? And
never in my wildest dreams. I've been collecting cards since I was like 12, admiring them, just adoring them, and everywhere I would go collecting them. It's just, the proof is in the pudding, and anything you put your mind to, and just consistent. It doesn't necessarily have to be hard work, just to say. I'm not saying this wasn't hard work, but I didn't put that kind of pressure on it. I just got excited about it.
Yeah.
And I hate to repeat myself over and over again, and I apologize, but being playful, and just that creative flow and getting inspired by my dreams. I got inspired by this deck by people all around me, by moments I had throughout the day. I would see something and just go, oh, that would be the perfect image, or a song I heard, carrying that affirmation with me. It's
powerful.
It's one of the greatest things that's happened to me in a long time, where this is allowing more great things to happen.
It is. It's opening channels for both of us.
It's a vortex.
It is
a very large vortex, to say the least.
We're not sure where we're headed, but you know what? It's opening doors, and you know what? Use these. I hope, my intention for this whole project in the beginning was that it will help you evolve. It will help you become who you are. It will help you shed the layers of all the stuff that you're holding on to help you move forward with what you need to do in this lifetime.
Yeah. Live with purpose.
Yeah.
Quality over quantity. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I got chills just, Ah, if you can see it in your mind, you can touch it in your hand. Your dream came true. Thank you, Rebecca.
I've always believed if movies, anything that's
Oh.
written down, anything that's created truly exists. There's no fiction or fantasy, anything that
I agree
can
with
be.
that too. I think that everything that was ever created in written form or movie form or song form, anything, it has happened.
Yeah,
even the
it is.
futuristic stuff, it has happened.
It already
Everything.
exists.
It's
Yeah.
already exists.
It's all it is to me. It's just a mirror reflecting,
Yeah.
reflecting back.
Yeah.
A piece of that story,
Yeah.
being put out there.
Thank you all so much for your beautiful comments and your support and your love. I thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for being part of this amazing project, and more to come.
Such a powerful journey. Very, very powerful.
Yes, very powerful journey. If you haven't already ordered and you do want to order, contact me or get the link above in the little comment area there, hardycrystalblessing.com. And please share with us too in the group Crystalline Sage, when you start to work with these cards, how you feel, how and the book process too. Have you noticed any changes? Please share with us, because it means so much when we hear how what you experience. And I get excited when I get comments from people like, this happened or that happened, or
yeah, we talked about that before. I don't think we'll ever really understand the domino effect something like this has.
Yeah.
But to know that it has helped others through their spiritual journey is such a gift. So I would love to hear about it too.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you all so much. Please share this with others. If you came in late, watch the replay. A lot of awesome information about how this came about. And oh my goodness, I love you all. Thank you so much. Namaste.
Thank you. Blessings.
Have a beautiful day, and we will see you all soon. All right. Bye.